Okay. Okay. Are you good? I wasn't actually gonna. I wasn't really ready, but sure. Please don't bite me. Hey internet, it's Sarah. I got a shower. This is the results of my. I think it was Dove is the brand, the new anti-itch shampoo and conditioner. So this is just towel dried, finger combed. You're so happy. You're way too happy. But this is my weekly Ask Sarah live stream. Like all of my live streams, it's an AMA, Ask Me Anything. It doesn't have to be about being trans. I am a lot of other things. I try to do my best to stick to just my own experience and not really talking about, what I imagine other people's experiences are like or things like that. Please don't bite me. I'm not a fan. Please. Okay. All right. Anyway, the distinction between this stream and the other ones that are also AMAs is that this is very explicitly like the point. So if I what I did is the first week I had a fair amount of questions. The second week I didn't have anybody show up, but I also didn't promote it at all. And I just sort of babbled for about a half hour. And so I figure what I'll do in general is kind of, whenever the last point there's any question, maybe talk for another, 15 minutes or something, right? Not like a rule, but just letting myself, not have, please don't bite, I don't like the biting one, okay? I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. So I'll be petting Linta. Hello, thanks for coming. But yeah, you can ask me whatever, and I'll do my best to answer. And at some point when it dies down, I'll let it die down. And then my intention is, I may have to break this up because of how long it'll take to maybe recharge this. The battery may get. Not with the biting. That's okay. That's cute, and I'll reward that. Also, it didn't hurt me. See, I keep forgetting what I was talking about. Oh, that I have to charge the phone. And then the fashion thing, I got this pile of stuff back here. Some of it I know where it goes, but a fair chunk of it is stuff that I need to try on. I want to try stuff on that's all in the closet, and that closet back there, and the dresser here. Please don't, you need to just, to add to that pile of stuff that I'm just, doesn't fit me or doesn't fit me, just that I'm not going to keep or wear anymore for whatever reason. You're way too needy right now. Okay, this is Linta. Oh, let me back up. They all came from the same place generally. This is a very long story. Let me try to do the Ant-Man shortcut version, the sidekick guy. So me and Jen are going to Kansas over and over to try to fight for custody of my kids. And while we're in Kansas and being frustrated by that fight, which never goes in our favor, we find this stray cat in the parking lot of the hotel. And we try to find her a shelter in Kansas, a no-kill shelter. And this is when we discover that Kansas, very conservative, fuck everybody else who doesn't have money, state that it is, does not have no-kill shelters. They just have kill shelters. And they're like, well, it's wonderful that you've bonded with this animal and helped them feel safe. The best thing you can do for them is bring them in and we'll put them to sleep. And Jen was like, I hate this fucking state. I will not do that. So we started figuring out how to get Savannah back to Washington. There's a bunch of hoops with that. We get her back to Washington. She immediately jumps out of our second-story window, which was cracked open, like, I swear to God, this much. She was super emaciated, and she was just like, I'm small and I want sex. She jumped out the window. Had all sorts of neighborhood cat sex. Came back after about a week. Had a litter of 7 cats. This is right when Jen and I are losing everything. We have no resources to really deal with this at all, and this is how we turned into having probably about 30-ish cats inside a tiny RV in a parking lot, just trying to figure out what we can do without any resources, but still wanting to handle our business and take care of our animals. Some of these animals naturally started having more cats and kittens before we could get them all fixed. And Linta and Pippin. This one is Linta because she looks, especially when she was brand new baby cat, she looked like a piece of dryer fluff. And I couldn't stop laughing, so I called her Linta. She's the only one like this. All the others are short hair. She's the only long hair out of all of the many, many, many sprawling litters that came out of this. She's the only long hair. Linta came from the same litter as Pippin. There were 2 other cats from that litter. One of them is missing. Actually, the other 2 were missing. I don't really know what happened to either of them. They were Mary, who looked a lot like Pippin, but with his mask a little bit off to the side. Pippin! Buddy! And Aziz, who was kind of a little runty mutant cat, and Jen nursed him back to health, and then he came and lived with me for a while, and then he wanted to go outside one day, and I let him, and he never came back. Please don't bite. That's the one I really don't like, the biting. Pippin! And then the other one is Wobblefoot, who's not from that litter. Linta and Pippin's mom's name is Chloe, and she has so much sass, and she absolutely passed all of that on to these cats. Linta and Pippin have all of their like most personable traits are like derivations of Chloe. Chloe is the cat that collects socks, like that Jen has bundled to put away because that's how she puts them away in her little basket, and will like grab them in the middle of the night like Pippin does with his mouse toy, and just howl and transport them all to another place. And that's the wild kingdom of Jen's place. And then the other one is Wobblefoot, who's also from the same general like family tree. They're all descended from Savannah. And I don't remember who is his mom. It's either Nina or Michelle, I think. I don't think he comes from Sunday. I feel like he reminds me more of Nina. He's more chill. He also looks more like Nina, but who knows what that means. And they are all about, I guess, 7-ish now. So yeah, as soon as I can figure out a way to get, I'm out of the wormer medication, and it wasn't, for some reason it worked for Wobblefoot and did not work for the other 2, even after I dosed them twice. Like I had enough according to the directions, and it's still, like they still have this problem. And I don't have, like my next step would be to take them to a vet and be like, can you do the treatment thing, because I did it. Like I followed the directions, and even with Linta, like with the syringe, like syringing her the stuff, like having her drink it, like volunteer to drink it, so I know I gave her the right amount for her weight and everything, still didn't work. I'm just like, please just fix this for them. But if I could get that taken care of, and I feel like I'm taking more capable care of my cats, I would like to get another one, because I had 4 when we moved in here, or when I moved in here, which is Gretchen died almost immediately after I got here, with all 4 of them, and because these other 3 are all about the same age and are all going to start dying around the same time, probably, or at least more likely to. And that's going to be a really difficult time. I would like to get one, once I get them in better care, who is like younger and offset from them a bit, you know? That's my answer. So they came from Kansas indirectly, but they were all born here. They came from Washington, but they're descended from a stray cat from a hotel parking lot in Kansas. Feral cat. Savannah was probably about a year old at that time. So that's my answer. You're so much calmer now, or are you just in a seething rage? Why would you bite me as soon as I start petting you? That doesn't make sense. The owl's checking her out. Hi. I was watching my karaoke videos, trying to get a sense of which of my tones sound like what with the microphone, with the amplification. One of the guys who sings there is, or the guy who's like the host for the event, and he sings every so often as well, is a vocal coach. And I would love to have a vocal coach again, but obviously I can't afford to pay for one. But that's the kind of like immediate feedback and help, like guidance that I would love to have, you know. Do you want me to do the little comb thing behind your ear? Let me go get the pieces. You wait there. That's the opposite of what I suggested you do. Come here, Fuzzbutt. Yanto. Hey. All of her nicknames come from typos and the way that the letters look. Yanto is because if I type her name out in all lowercase, the L looks like an I. And if I just start swapping vowels, I get all these variations. But I'll even trim my own nails. It's not so bad. Linta, come back. Okay, first I'm gonna get my little toenail that got caught on the carpet just now. Pippin, are you here too for the grooming nail trimming thing? Come here. Hey. It's this, remember? I can't do it from over there. Come here. Linta. Maybe she doesn't want the combing. Do you not want the combing? Come here. What's up, Wobblefoot? Oh, here comes Wobbles. Wobblefoot weighs about as much as the other two combined. They each weigh about 7 or 8 pounds, and he weighs about 16 or 17. Ah, Wiggle too. I just now got an email notification from Jared. I'll see how I can handle that whenever the stream is done. Actually, I do have another device now. So let's take a look at it. Whoops. That was me, buddy. Yeah, nothing happened out there. Wobblefoot. This looks pretty tame. Sounds like he wants to come get a couple of things. He's thinking of going to the food cart and giving me all the perishables. Or food bank, giving me all the perishables. And let me know at your earliest convenience about picking up my stuff. Any other things don't require a response if you don't want to address them. Thanks. This sounds like he's separated himself from me a lot better. It starts with, I hope I'm not intruding here, but there are a couple things I need to arrange with you, plus a couple of questions, so it seemed appropriate. Like, this is... I'm going to need to control myself. Because I miss the sex. Why are you punching me in the head? My hair is extra floofy because I shampooed it with the anti-itch shampoo stuff. And I'm just using the conditioner after that for a little bit. But today it's going to be poofy. I need people to come in with more questions. I feel like I'm going to get a bump after Trans Pride. That the AMA after that. This is super dark. There it goes. Because it's going to be like 2 days after. Actually, maybe not much of a because it's in the middle of Sunday on Pride weekend. Anyway, who knows? Speculation. Do you guys not want your nails trimmed or anything? I've got all the stuff right here. You want to be Ferminated? Do you want the Ferminator, dude? Come here. Hey Google, what's the weather?
Currently in SeaTac it's 62 and cloudy. Today it will be rainy with a forecasted high of 65 and a low of 50.
My strings and tuner, which has a built-in metronome, by the way. That'll help me as well. And what was the third thing? I keep forgetting. Oh, the pickup, not the capo, the pickup, sound hole pickup, passive pickup. They're supposed to all show up today by 9 p.m. Really, I just need them by like the 20th, so they should be all right. Ah. I feel drowsy. If I need more rest, that's actually fine. But, I mean, of course it's fine, but, I mean, it's extra fine because I don't really have, like, the other stuff I was gonna do is, like, I'd like to do it, but if I'm like, gonna crash, then. I wonder if it's the email from Jared, just any contact from him is kind of immediately like, even though it turned out to be okay, but just the note showing up is like, you know, for a second. I'm trying to not think about seeing it. Maybe a bunch of meditation first to slow myself down. I should not have taken that Costco box down to the recycling immediately. Those would be actually really handy to put his clothes in because they're open top, so they're easy to get in and out of, but they also stack really well. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing a whole lot of other questions. I'll make sure this is working. Okay. So I'm gonna close this up, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing next. God damn it. He's really good. Yeah, I know. I want to do that too. But if the thing is, if he comes here, then fuck. Maybe it's better for me to just like look. If I ask myself what's really happening right now, I notice that I'm like leaping to respond because I still have. This is why I had to have him leave, because I still, as soon as I know he wants or needs something that I could possibly help with, I want to drop everything to help him. So, since I had this plan already for today, let's do this. I'm gonna do my plan. Not plan, but fuck off. I'll be live streaming it on my Tumblr. I'm kidding. But here's the thing that I'm thinking though. What I want to do is not have my pace just yanked out from under me, right? Not be driven or like yanked to something, pushed or pulled to anything. So I will close this up. Get on some I guess just underwear really. And maybe a generic top, like just white tank top or something. And try to sort out putting the rest of this stuff away. And then after that, start figuring out when I can fit in, like read his email and figure out like what he's asking for exactly, what he would like to try to accomplish. And then look at my calendar and figure out when I can put him in for what, or let him know like my thought is, how does this feel, like these days and times are available, and I'm happy to run laundry for you as soon as I have the resources to. I don't know when that'll be. So okay. Thank you for. Oh my god. No, I mean like the most boring top that I have. In fact, I think I have the boring matching underwear too. Is it clean or did I wear them already? I guess I wore them already. Just the plain white, plain white tank top. I was actually gonna wear this for this live stream, and then I thought, no, I want to have this for underwear, and then I realized that I want to do this live stream. I will need underwear because I'm gonna be pulling on different like pants and skirts and stuff like that. So I missed the sex. He was really good. Please don't claw me. Thank you. Oh, I got another email. Steam bundle countdown 21 ending very soon. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for asking a question. Thanks for I don't know, laughing with me. My hair looks so great right now. But it's all like light now. Like it's all the sort of since I shampooed it, right? It's kind of been reset. So my scalp is a little bit less being pulled. A little bit less irritated. And the conditioning of the hair will build back up in the next few days. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to keep scheduling these weekly. If I get the computer working, which I'll find out in a bit, that's right, I've got all this other stuff around here. Please don't do that I want to do. So I will make a point of answering his email like within the next 24 hours or so, right? I'm not gonna ignore him or ignore his message, but what I want to do is be more measured, something between not really responding at all or not really responding in like a considerate way, like some form of like ignoring him, and the other extreme of like, oh, let me help you right away. Right? Let me throw out all of my other plans and everything else that I was in the middle of, to do whatever I can, right this second for you. So, I want to fashion, fix the desk, and then look into the computer and maybe get it set up to be like installing stuff overnight or something. It's probably the general intention for the day. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for asking stuff and interacting. And I will set up the next one when I get to it. But this is the plan for indefinitely. I don't really have an intention of ending this series. I feel like if I keep doing it, it'll invite people to come in and engage more. I see a lot of people basically making up what my life is supposed to be like and then talking about it as though it's a real thing. And so the point of this is to be like, I am here and I'm happy to tell you what my life is actually like, or show you even as much as I can. And you can then talk about that. You can talk about a real thing instead of just, inventing some story based on whatever, your culture, your mythology, something, whatever. And that's it. So I want to keep making myself available in this way and inviting the questions explicitly beyond just the nature of all the other streams, which is just you're hanging out, you're with me. It's the same as any other time. So thank you for being a part of it, and I'll see you on the next one hopefully. And that's it. Goodbye. Be safe.